Welcome back to Whatcom County Votes 2007. We are joined today by the candidates for Whatcom County Executive, incumbent Pete Kremen, and his opponent, Lois Garlick. Thank you both for being here. Tim, you have the first question.
All right, well, welcome, Lois. Tell me a little bit about your life and the things that have inspired you as a citizen and activist.
Well, my life has been very interesting. I'm very lucky. And when I came to Bellingham, the first thing that happened was the Shoreline Management Act was put into being. And I became in fact, I was one of the co-chair people of the committee and worked with it until 1978 when it was completed and handed over to the county commissioners. I had seen it go through stress and strain all the way through, and I realized that it was going to need somebody to watch over it and see that that it was adhered to after it was put into effect. And I had plenty of activity for the next 5 or 6 years, and then other things came along to attract my attention, and I wasn't quite as active as I had been. And then along came, I suppose this election was the next thing to pique my curiosity. And I went in on the last day to see who had signed up to challenge Pete, and nobody had. And as I stood there, it only took me a few minutes to reflect on my past, and I signed up for it, the job. I thought it would be interesting. And Pete and I have been together on many issues all through the years, and so I thought that it would be the thing to do.
All right. Well, thank you. Pete, same question to you, but I'm going to add a layer and ask how the things that have inspired you manifest themselves in your administration.
I came to this community a little over 33 years ago, expecting to stay here about 1 or 2 years. I came as a broadcaster, news and public affairs director for a couple of radio stations. And when I had an opportunity to go back down to Seattle to work at a major radio station for Pat O'Day, my wife and I was probably 24 at the time, decided, you know what, we're going to give up the career in broadcasting and just stay in this community that we love. I ran for House of Representatives in 1984 and narrowly eked out a victory over Roger Van Dyken, and I served 6 terms in the legislature. And then in 1995 ran for county executive. I wanted to come back home, serve at the local level. I felt I could do more as the county executive than I could be as one of 98 members in the House of Representatives. Also wanted to spend more time with my wife and family. So ran for the county executive position in '95, won, and I think in the past 12 years I have been able to bring this community together for the most part, working with the various entities, and have really accomplished a lot of things that will be in place for future generations, preserving natural and special open spaces like Lily Point and Point Whitehorn, the Stimson Reserve, the Canyon Lake Creek Reserve, and those things are lasting, and I think they're very reflective of the values of this community. Recreational opportunities, the environment, the livable attributes that we're so well known for.
Lois, tell me about Lake Whatcom and why that inspires you, and what your concerns are with Lake Whatcom.
Well, in my work working for Western Washington University, I had occasion to help out on the survey of Lake Whatcom. My late husband carried the whole thing through to completion. He was the one that made the first bathymetric map of Lake Whatcom, and so I had a very personal association with that lake, and knowing that it was our drinking water, why I paid special attention to the shorelines, which I was familiar with. And I guess that's one reason that I am our drinking water coming from it.
Do you have time for one more?
Yeah, can I ask a question of Pete?
Absolutely.
I read your state of the county, and I noticed there was no mention in there of methamphetamine. Sheriff Bill Elfo called that the biggest threat to Whatcom County. Was that an oversight on your part?
No, it wasn't an oversight. The meth problem has actually been significantly combated, and there's been a significant decline in meth. So it was not an oversight. There's only so much you can say in the state of the county, and I spent most of the time on my state of the county dealing with growth issues, Lake Whatcom, and the impacts of the growth of this community, because I think that's first and foremost right now. I think I have a strong record on public safety and adding additional deputies and giving significant resources to the Sheriff's Department. So it was not an oversight, but it is something that was a major problem, has been not totally eradicated, but there's been some significant strides achieved in that area.
Okay, Tim? Okay, 30 seconds apiece. Pete, why should you be reelected?
I love this community. I care about this community. We're the second ranked community in the United States for livability. I want to make sure that we do not slip. We can't let growth detract from the attributes that we so cherish in this community. And I want to continue for the next 4 years working collaboratively with the community, with other entities to make this the best place in the world.
Lois, real quick, why should you be elected?
Why should I be elected? Because I have the same desires and hopes that Pete has. I love this community too, and I'm sure that I am equipped to lead it in the right direction.
Pete Kremen, Lois Garlick, thanks for being guests on Whatcom County Votes, and best of luck in your race for Whatcom County Executive.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.